Just when you think Stephen A. Smith can't get any more retarded there, he does this. They had Deion Sanders on today talking about Baker Jackson Mayfield. Basically, Deion Sanders agrees with Mayfield. You know, he says he's a competitor, this and that. So, I don't know, Stephen A. Smith he must have thought because he was black, he was going to agree with him, this and that. So, Stephen A. pulls out the race baiting card. He goes like this to Deion Sanders. And the look Deion Sanders had on his face was priceless. He goes like this. They were talking about the incident where Hugh Jackson tried hugging Mayfield, and Mayfield called him out, said he was fake, and his record, he was just terrible. So, he goes, let me ask you something, Deion. Why did Baker Mayfield call out Hugh Jackson as opposed to Todd Haley? Basically implying in his own way, because that's what Stephen A. does, that he was probably racist. Maybe Baker Mayfield's a little racist. And the look on Deion's face said it all, because when he seen that, you could just see in his mind, he's like, what the fuck is this clown asking? And you can see Deion answered it very carefully because he didn't want to say the wrong thing. And anyone that watches it can tell it was pure race baiting. You know, they said pure Michigan. It's pure race baiting by Stephen A. Smith, trying to imply that Baker Mayfield may be racist. It's not the case. You got haters out there like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is always perpetuating things that are false. Did I just do what Stephen A. does? You know what Stephen A. does? He looks at the dictionary and he looks at these big words and he uses them in a sports discussion they don't belong in, so he can try to sound more intelligent than anybody else that's in the room. And he only sounds like a buffoon because most of the time he's using them in the wrong context. But Stephen A. does always like to perpetuate things. And in this sense, he's trying to say that Baker Mayfield implied that he may be a little racist. That's what I gathered from it. And then Molly Quorum, Max Kellerman comes on. He's like talking about Mayfield, how he's setting the standard. He's just marching to a beat of his own drum. He does what he wants. He don't care what people think. And Molly Quorum, whatever the fuck that name is, in typical hater fashion, yeah. You can tell she hates Mayfield because every time they talk good about Mayfield, she's like, come on. But she's like this one. He's talking about Mayfield. She's like, yeah. It's Molly. Can I be honest with you? You look at Baker Mayfield. I understand you probably would like to, maybe go out with him. I understand you had to marry Jalen Rose, is it? And I understand your husband called on Skip Bayless a few years ago. And he was right, by the way, because Skip Bayless was a fucking terrible basketball player. Rode the bench. And he was right, but he was forced to apologize, put his tail between his legs like a little bitch and apologize on national television. He was forced to. So I understand you may feel a little bit inadequate because Baker Mayfield than your husband. And you're probably mad because Baker Mayfield never acknowledged you. Would you see Baker Mayfield's fiance? The eye test says it all. She's beautiful. I can't say the same about you. Maybe a 4 or 5 for you. Yeah, maybe a 12-pack. But you're nowhere near. I forget his girlfriend's name, but she's hot. Baker Mayfield's wife, whatever. Baker Mayfield got it all going on. But anyway, so Molly Crow's just your typical hater. Female hater, this and that. Colin Coward's a hater. But when I seen Stephen A. Smith try to race bait today, I was in shock. He was trying to... Did he ask Deion that question? And if you seen the look on Deion's face, I think Stephen A. thought that Deion was going to agree with him. I mean, are you delirious? But Deion had this look on his face like, what in the fuck are you asking me, you moron? So, Stephen A., you're just as dumb as they come. You really are. I mean, you're stupider than you sound. I mean, you're obnoxious, this and that. You're always saying, that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. You overtalk people, but you are as dumb as you look. And you're also my son because I'm your daddy. I'm in your head. I own you. You blocked me on Twitter 27 times from 27 accounts 3 years ago. And all I said is that you are fucking a loudmouth. That's all it took. And when I see that today, you guys got to watch this video. I don't know how to link it because I'm on my phone, but just watch when he tries to imply Baker Mayfield may be racist. Why else would you say, why didn't he call out Todd Haley? And, well, like I said, because Todd Haley was not on the sidelines trying to hug Baker Mayfield. That's why he didn't call out Todd Haley. He called out Hugh Jackson because Hugh Jackson was the person of interest that he was speaking about. That's why. Are you that dumb? Did it go by your head that Todd Haley wasn't on the field? Are you that stupid, Stephen A? Apparently you are. But he called out Hugh Jackson, who, by the way, is the worst coach in sports history. The Browns get rid of him. They're 2-1. The Bengals are 0-2 with him. What's that tell you? You hate the fact that he's horrible. And that little radio tour he did or TV tour he did, That didn't get him hired to do another job. You said it did yesterday? No. The only reason he got another job is because the Bengals are retarded. I'm going to tell you right now, he blew up the organization in Oakland. They got rid of him. He blew up the Browns organization. They got rid of him. There will never be another franchise outside of Cincinnati, and I think Cincinnati will be done with him after this year, that will hire Hugh Jackson in any capacity. No one will employ Hugh Jackson in the National Football League in any capacity ever again. They see the cancer that he just sends around. He blames everybody, throws everybody under the bus, this and that. That's why Baker Mayfield called him out, because he's fake. Todd Haley had nothing to do with this. I will agree Todd Haley's play calling was worse than Hugh Jackson's, but Hugh Jackson's overall record was absolutely horrible. And I believe they forced Todd Haley on Hugh Jackson because they wanted to get rid of Hugh Jackson. They wanted him gone so they wouldn't have to pay him. But you are dancing for me right now, puppet. Stephen A. Smith, formerly Smith, now Martin. Welcome to Daddy. You got to watch the video. Look at this look on Dion's face, says it all. I think I can pull as good pussy as Mayfield. I do. I think I can. For 50 years old, I think I can pull some good pussy. But I look good. Although Mayfield's 20 years younger than me, he's going to pull better. Oh, Molly, I'm sorry you got married to Jalen Rose.